Today we're going to start applying some of the algebraic concepts we've been talking about to our look into exponents. Remember, in our previous lessons we've talked about what exponents are, important vocabulary related to them, and how we can evaluate them. So just as a reminder, an exponent is a way for us to show repeated multiplication. Okay, we show this with a base and a smaller written exponent raised higher to the base. So in this example here, 3 is the base, 2 is the exponent, and that would be expressed as 3 times 3. In today's lesson, we'll see how we can apply algebraic substitution into these exponents. Okay, so very similar to what we've done with non-exponents, what we do in this situation is replace the variable x with this given number. And so this will be written as 3 to the 5th power. Okay, and to evaluate that, this is repeated multiplication, so we do 3 multiplied by itself 5 different times. Okay, as you evaluate this expression, okay, remember we want to take this one multiplication step at a time. So I'll do 3 times 3, okay, but I don't want to just keep multiplying by 3. So I'm going to show my work out this way. And I'm continuing to work down the ladder. 3 times 9 is 27. Then I have 2 more 3's to multiply. 27 times 3 is 81. And as you work your way down, eventually you will get so that you have one final answer. As you evaluate exponents, take your time. And again, you want to take one multiplication step at a time. It's important to go slowly through the problem. If you evaluate too quickly, is when we make those silly mistakes. Okay, as we progress into slightly more difficult problems, okay, again, I'm going to replace the y here with a 6. Okay, and in doing so, I'm going to put my y in parentheses. And this will help remind me that I need to do 2 steps in this problem. Okay, the exponent, because it has a greater power, needs to be done first. So I'm going to evaluate 6 to the 3rd power first. Okay, 6 to the 3rd power, this is 36 times 6. Okay, and again, for these problems, you are welcome to use a calculator. Okay, so 36 times 6 is 216. Okay, and if I write that back into the original problem, I still have the coefficient 6 to deal with. Okay. The other thing we need to remember in an example like this is when I say 6 is the coefficient here, coefficients will multiply. So my last step will be to take what I got from the exponent, multiply that by 6. 6 times 216 will equal 1,296. Okay, let's look at one more example. Okay, in this lesson, we also start to see how to operate exponents with fractions. Okay, so I'm going to follow similar steps, except instead of having a whole number for x, I'm now going to replace it with the 1/6. Okay, and again, it's helpful to put that x in parentheses, reminding me to deal with each part of this problem on its own. Again, we express the exponent first, So I'm going to ignore 5, the coefficient, to start, and I'm going to do 1/6 to the second power. Okay, if I show that step out over here, that's 1/6 times 1/6, which will equal 1/36. Okay, and then once I've dealt with the exponent, again, now I can deal with my coefficient. 5, the coefficient here, will multiply this fraction. So last step, the whole number 5 I write as 5 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 36. Okay, multiplying across my fractions. And my final answer here is 5/36. As you work through these problems, again, I encourage you to take your time, one step at a time, instead of trying to solve all of the problem at once.